So, you're sitting there in your little 3v3 lobby, ranked by the way, and your 12 OS teammate is trying to decide whether to go hovers in the desert or to make an army of con bots. What do you do? We're about to find out. Helgorath, our 31 OS carry player.
Battle started.
On the blue team. Kenavo. Ken over here, anchoring the red team, also 31 OS. Slight advantage for the red team, Mr. Above Average, living up to the name, 29 OS, modestly above average. Thick Monkey has decided, rather than going hovers or con bots, just random units should be the order of the day. Over here we got the 11 OS, Sperry Care, rounding out that team. Grimrock over here, 22 OS, but Silver Chevs and the German flag. And I often find with German players in particular, there's a very strong community there. And like, there's generally you see that people have a good understanding of the meta. Not literally any German player, but any experience. My God. Sperry Care, listen. We could be watching good games. Those are out there. There's BPL replays I could be casting. But I think there's a certain charm in this. Oh boy, Mr. Above Average attempting to get through to the teammate there. Kenavo doing so as well. This is a funny map in that you can actually comm walk and drop your lab over here. Ideally, you get a con from the corner player if you're doing that, because you don't want to slow yourself down at all. I'm trying to decide whether to hop in chat and confirm this. That is true, by the way. Vehicles cannot climb that. It's bots only. They can climb this, but not this. Sperry Care, we need power. Trying to explain whatever that was. Oh, red went vehicles. Oh, I didn't even notice this is a Legion plan. Okay, this is definitely... Listen, this is not the pinnacle. This is not the pinnacle of bar gameplay right here. But, we're just having a chill time, man. The lobby literally says small teams chill rotato. And, I'm not small or a team, but I am chill and I love rotato, so I figured let me hop in and inspect this. And, so far I'm having a good time. You know, I've gone over to doing the bars here. Oh my God. It's symmetric. Oh no. We have the same thing happening on the other side. Thick Monkey has also gone for vehicles and is not reclaiming the lab. Attempting to walk these Desurians. You can see in the overlay here, just barely, there's a spot that they can't handle. Similarly over here, this one's actually even harder for vehicles. Although both of them obviously impassable, it's just a question of how close can you get. I'm turning off that sort of bad acid trip of an overlay. We're going to go back onto the normal view here as this first Desurian. If it can't go up the hill, it might as well go over here. Now this, of course, actually puts Sperry Care in an unbelievably good position. Because you have all of this metal, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 20 metal per second, or 19. More if you count these. All of this is uncontested. Blue is actually walking over to try to contest it, but good luck. But of course, Sperry Care has not figured that out, is not walking the comm through the water to take the mexes, is not building constructors, was building a wind farm, but abandoned that with this at 91%. Blue moving in here, this is the real story of the game though. No LLT in the base. There's understanding Kenavo far behind from that whole fiasco with the lab. You could self-destruct this, actually. It has a pretty good explosion range. And yeah, even dying like that, it still took out a lot of pawns, although not all of them. But no, Canavo had so much build power spent on the wrong stuff, both building the second lab and reclaiming the first one. Even with the con turret out here, it's like, yeah, you're not going to have every single thing that you wish for, because you've been forced to do this other spend. Blue sending out 2 cons over here. I like this. Red calling the resign vote. Vote fails. Let's see Mr. Above Average live up to the name, I guess. These cons really need to not die. That would be bad if they die and good if they don't. But a couple of goblins, I guess versus pawns at this HP level, you're probably set. Blue correctly calling it. What Red, of course, doesn't know is that the other team had the same fucking problem. So, a little bit silly to get bent out of shape, but I guess, you know, if you don't know, you don't know. But these guys, you definitely want to see some turrets in that queue, especially on the coast here, because you got to be expecting Commander walk through the water, or possibly tanks or something, probably Commander. And if you can surprise that Commander and shut it down, that's really good for you. And you want to do that with turrets set back from the coast rather than with coastal torp launchers, unless you have enough of these to kill a Commander. I don't know how many that is off the top of my head. I'd guess 3. But basically, I think it's a better idea to have something that's more versatile and will continue to fire after the units make landfall, right? Because if you're doing the torpedo launcher, it's like, okay, in this range, they're going to be firing. But back here, they obviously can't. Whereas if it's here, then they run past you, you're still firing. You get the idea. Helgorath got to 31 OS without learning how to pause, apparently. Wait. What are you talking about? What? Tanks can climb the hill? No, they can't. My cat needs to party. How do I stop him? A little bit's coaching going on in chat now. As we wait for this game to complete, we see a dominating metal lead. And this, by the way, if I'm being honest, if I'm going to editorialize for a second, one thing that drove me nuts with watching professional StarCraft was the level of reductiveness in some analysis of the game, where you get people who are like the analysis guy who are just like, okay, this guy has more supply, so he wins. And it's like, yeah, more beats less, so like I see why you're saying that, but also, are you saying that that's all that this game is? Because if that's the case, then fucking that's a boring game and you're wasting your life. And also, I would say it's not that simple. You know, you're oversimplifying, frankly. And similarly with this, you see that metal per second lead, you see that metal produced lead, you see that army value lead, and all of that stuff. And you would not be wrong to say the blue team has a crushing advantage. But, and this is more true in 1v1 than in team games, if you look at situations in like the BPL, there's like, you know, commander snipes with mines, things of this nature. There's all kinds of things that can be done to turn around a lost game. And I think that, like, looking at these stats from the perspective of like, okay, I'm going to figure out what are my opportunities to turn this around, I think that's good. But I think looking at the stats as basically a way of, what's the word? Skipping real analysis, I think that's just boring and lame. And this gives people an easy out to pretend they understand the game when they're really only understanding half of it. And I don't like to encourage that. And I don't like to encourage that in others or in myself, right? Like, also in myself, I'm like, I don't want to be, I don't want to be oversimplifying. I don't want to be, like, deadening myself to the nuance of the game, if that makes sense. That being said, I have found
Battle
that,
resumed.
It is important to understand the economic side of the game, and these numbers do tell it to you in very clear-cut terms. And so it's this thing of, like, I mean, it is useful. You just gotta not rely on it too heavily, like a lot of things in life. And so that's, I guess, yeah, just kind of rambling. But here we go. This game's about over. Yeah, these guys cannot cross down there no matter what Red thought. Yeah. Helgarath is going to comm walk. It's actually very funny to see the blue comm from this corner wrap around here and cross this lake before the guy who literally spawned next to the lake crosses it. That's interesting. It's also pretty funny that there's no defenses built up here at all. Classic blunder. What's really nice to have as the guy in this position is what Green has built, which is a radar and an LLT covering a radar on the opposite shore. If you can get those up and maintain them, then that's going to be real good. That's going to be real good for you. Because it's even better than sonar, right? Like, it's further forward. You get more advanced notice. And you'll see anything that's coming your way. Now, what can we do to get back into this game as this team? The answer is essentially nothing. You should resign. But the win condition would be to take out this guy, and this guy. You could trade these comms, and that gets you those ones. And this guy might throw his comm away, which gets you those ones, at which point there's one comm left. It is securely in base, so you're going to have to break the contain somehow. It's not clear how you're going to do that. If you have an Armada player, you could think about a gunship snipe, but we have, it appears, 3 Legion players on this team. And I'm not sure if Legion gunships have the juice for that, as it were. So yeah, if you had this team going T2 or something like that, then that would give you a window where most of the resources are locked up in buildings rather than units. Okay, here we go. The Comwalk is coming in. We do have energy for D-Gun. We are going to take out that lab. Trading comms here would be a good move, I think. At this point, it limits the damage. If you're not trading comms, then this guy's going to walk up into here, and then you're even more fucked than you already were. It's surprising to me that Blue is actually so okay with the comm trade.
Commander destroyed.
2.5k metal here, which, I mean, that is, if you can convert that into units, then you'd be in great shape to make a little push through mid, and that's when you might actually get that comm snipe. Like, that is, I'm not going to call it a win condition because it's probably not going to work for you, but it's the closest thing you've got as the red team in this game. He raised my tank? What? Man. Baffling. Anyway, Mr. Above Average, you're going for that drone plant. Let's see what comes out of it. Looking like Mr. Completely Average right now, if I'm being honest, but, I'll be polite. Man, Legion Commander cannot kill a single pawn. That's a bad feeling. That's a bad feeling. Tell me again how OP Legion is. I don't know, I don't see it. These guys, I don't understand how they work, so I want to watch this engagement, try to figure it out. I think... Am I remembering correctly that they're supposed to have like a little shield or something? I don't know. Let's see how this goes. So this is 5 units, but a cost of 1.6k metal between them, versus 2k metal in brutes. So Karkino's certainly not favored in this interaction, but they're not dying either. And with the repair micro, there's, I've seen worse. I've seen worse situations. Now this is a little silly. It's not even an area worth controlling, frankly, at this point. Oh, they rezzed a comm. Good. Yeah, you guys should be. Vote. Who is voting no on this? This is one of the few things where I will name and shame. Mr. Above Average votes no. Alright, the one person with an economy wants to keep playing, and actually, in second place for energy income in the whole lobby. Narrowly tailing blue here with this farm of of solars. And the advanced bot lab on the front line. Yeah, blue just absolutely running away with this game, honestly. That early push on red was devastating. And I don't know what else they expected, honestly. I think red needed to do what Thick Monkey did. Well, actually not what Thick Monkey did, because that was going to a drone plant, which is frankly deranged. But I think living with your mistakes on the vehicle plant situation and just throwing those units towards a push in mid, and basically saying, okay, rather than greeting over here trying to take Nexus, I'm going to take all my build power, take all my metal, put that into winning the fight in the choke point that really super matters. And getting damage in. And rather than greeting up, you punish your opponent's greed and drag them down to your level of economy. I think that kind of a thing would make sense here. I don't know, though. I think that would make sense for red to do, especially as the high OS player, knowing that you're going to get pushed through here. You don't, I don't know. There's two schools of thought on this. You can leave that to your weaker players to defend and leave yourself to scale, or you can let your weaker players scale and you go here. And frankly, the argument both ways is, oh, well, the weaker players aren't going to know how to do it, so I have to do it. But that's true no matter what you think. They don't know how to do anything as well as you do, most likely. And that's no dig on them. That's just some people know more than others. Some people have more practice. Some people are still learning. So no matter what you pick, there is going to be that risk of something else not getting done as well. And so I think in a small team game like this, that can be won very quickly and decisively, I think making sure that the early game is played well makes a lot more sense than just hoping it will and planning on the late game, because that's... What's your late game as red here, right? Like, what is it? And yeah, I mean, that's, you know, you see similar things in, like, even, I hate to bring it up, but even in, like, a straight lobby, as much as I hate that map, you know, you have high OS players going to the front line all the time, and they're just like, I'm the nutcracker, and I will come down, and I will crack them open, and, you know, then everyone else has an easier job once front's dead. That's the other front, that is dead. And in particular, if you secure that reclaim, then obviously you get way ahead, so that's the other reason they do it. Oh, they do? No, maybe not. I thought they had shields. I don't know. Anyway, we got Brutes from one of our only non-Legion players here. Yeah, we have Armada and Cortex both represented on this side versus 3 Legion. Mr. Above Average, one of 2 cons going down, hopefully, here. These D-guns keeping him alive for now, but man, oh man, you gotta hope that that won't last too long, because this is the tedious period of the game where you're just like, okay, what can we do here? What is this, guys? I like the platypus switch because it's humiliating, and that's what this team deserves at this point in the game. This design, bro. Wasting everyone's time. Now, it produced a 70% lead, 50k to 30k. Army value, a 400% lead, so that's 5x. Yeah, bear in mind, 100% doesn't mean even, it means double. So 400% is a 5x lead. Really just... I mean, I'm not sure if you're supposed to show this on the internet, honestly. Silence the guns? What the fuck? Man, this, I swear to God, it's like... someone who either does not know English very well, or else is like, I don't know, having a
Commander destroyed
disturbance. You know, because there are some of those where you can start speaking a metaphorical language and thinking it makes more sense than it does to other people. And it's like it only makes sense in your head, like you're seeing the connections. So in a sense they are there, but they're not easily accessible to others. That one unfortunately does make sense, but I wish it did, and that's just in bad taste. Wait. He thinks that I was red. Oh, dude, I've been spectating from the start.
Commander destroyed.
Incredible.
Battle ended.
Let's take a look at the graphs here. Yep, unsurprising. Yellow actually keeping pace in terms of scaling. And ahead on energy produced, actually, although, yeah. Well done there, but clearly not enough. Gonna next map this. It is a Rotato after all. Prismatic, dude, I love this map. You hear me cracking my knuckles? Let's fucking go. It's a tough map. It's definitely a tough map. I enjoy it though. Okay. Mr. Above Average is tapped out. Thick Monkey's on the other team. Oh wait, no, Mr. Above Average, there he is. He did not tap out, he took over the top spot. I missed him because I was looking in the number 2 spot. But all right, pretty even game here actually. Let's ring and get it going if we can. Sperry Care 31. You want to ready up? Might be taking a piss or something, but hopefully not. Hopefully we can get this going here. Now this is definitely, this is a map where your ability to support your teammates is somewhat limited. Just because it's a square map, you know, it's sort of similar dynamics to like Gecko Isle or something, where it's like, it's not like you're veering a little bit from your lane to get to your opponent's base or your opponent's lane. It's not one of those where there's a slight adjustment, you can lean over this way. It's one of those where it's like, I'm going here, you're going here, you're going here, and there's so much distance between those. And these spacers really create some of that distance, honestly. Okay, I'll play it. Think Monkey better not say more weird shit, or they're getting muted. Getting muted. I barely ever mute people because I hold out hope that they might someday say something useful, and I don't want to miss those comms. But some people, everyone deserves the benefit of the doubt at first, and then the benefit of the doubt can also be revoked. These are interesting start spots. I'm not going to go with that recommendation. Box is also broken. Not that anyone would want to start here, but just noticing that. It's funny, I remember these issues existing on this map, like, when it came out. Or rather, I think it came out before the starting
Please
circles.
choose your starting location.
Like, I remember this being a problem quite a while ago. Which one do I take? I think I'll actually go in the corner. Huh? I'm gonna go Cortex for obvious reasons. But yeah, I'm surprised to see these aren't,
Battle started.
Surely you would want your army to include units that shoot. Maybe I'm missing something. They don't shoot. Doesn't answer what I'm saying. Dude's an idiot. Now, this guard, this LLT actually is really painful to get because this is a map where all your expansion mexes are like far enough away that you definitely do find yourself hurting for metal in the opening. And that's honestly the main thing that makes it hard to macro on this map, I would say. But nevertheless, I like the safety it provides, especially if I'm greeting with like a 3-con opener. Which you can see, yeah, 3rd con in the queue here. I just recently learned how to do that, by the way. Check me out.
Low power.
But yeah, we're going to take one of these guys and start scaling energy.
Enemy units detected.
Great, okay, where are they? Red's in mid. It's Mr. Above Average. This guy can start doing those. And in a minute I'm going to take this guy that's right-clicked. I'm going to send him out to expand my metal. Yeah, because I think at this point we don't really benefit from boosting that con. We got 2 cons in base still, so we can get a con turret up when the time comes. I'm actually going to queue that up on you. And then I'll switch the other one over to boost it when I can. Now let's see who I am opposite here. This opening for me definitely sacrifices some control in mid, especially leaving it to this fucking moron.
Units under
sorry,
attack.
I forgot it's a chill lobby. I'm gonna be
Unit
nice.
lost.
But basically, where I'm going with that is I need to be aggressive from this position, if I can be.
The whole team is wasting energy.
And I'm seeing that these guys are not going to do it for me. Which I suppose is the sort of thing you would want to find out, rather than not knowing, to be fair. Better not to be surprised, right? And then, yeah, I guess, I mean, we might as well start making those incisors. I wanted to delay it a little bit, just so I could build up that metal bank a little bit. But, I mean, what else are we going to do with it, right? Okay. It's a Legion mech. Is it even worth it to kill it? Life is punishment enough for Legion. Let's see. We are going to get that next. See, this is the thing. You always got to go looking. Never know what you're going to find. Okay. Next, you're going to find an LLT. I'm going to bait that tank back into the base.
Low power.
And yeah, meanwhile, we're just doing this kind of a thing. And yeah, this definitely is one. This is a map where you don't get APM stalled so much as metal stalled. Like, it's easy to do the multitasking because you're just kind of switching back and forth between metal and other things.
Low power.
I do think we want, like, a second con turret, but maybe not yet. I don't know. Okay, that's a problem. We're gonna catch that. And it's not like I didn't expect something along those lines to come my way. It is faster than I expected, I will say that. This is all good though, actually. Yep, man, you think I don't fucking see it? What do you expect me to do? Honestly, insanely late to be pinging that. Like, genuinely not... not enough time for that to be actionable for me, I'll put it that way. Luckily, I already saw it. And now I'm going to show up at the front line versus Orange with more tanks than he's expecting. Which is good. Okay, so these guys over there are going to do that, and then these guys are going to do this. Oh, and if I can get some D-guns off, I would be super duper interested.
Commander
in,
under attack.
D-gunning. For sure. How's that stutter step micro, by the way? Right, and now you're going to go for the snipe.
Unit lost. Metal extractor lost.
Snipe's not going to work. Okay, this
The
is good.
whole team is wasting energy.
What are these guys doing just sitting idle here? That's not right. And then, yeah, we are sitting on plus 30, so we're going to go up to 3 of those. And then, yeah, I'm going to just walk where the turrets aren't, right? It's kind of the policy for these types of harassment forces. Just don't die until you get to this point, and then you gotta be surgical with it. Okay, we're gonna get the build power here. Oh, dude. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. You know what I like to see. Getting these before they can pay themselves off, which I assume is what I've done here. That's honestly very good. I'm not going to kill that last one with that one guy, so we're going to move over to this mechs instead. And I'm strangely not dead yet, you know. This guy did not lose his comm. I don't know where it is. So I do need to think about, like, getting D-gunned, right? I do need to stress a little bit about that. Right, so over here, the goal is going to be essentially to set up a double-pronged thing. Oh, there's the comm, okay. In that case, fuck your base, bro. I don't actually know if this guy's gonna... Okay, you are gonna get some D-guns in. Even a little twofer over there. Good for you. 2 for the price of 1. Let's swing over on red here, because I see red running in and doing this whole thing. Yeah, you know, we are gonna get some damage if we can.
Metal extractor lost.
And yeah, I'd love to attack this dude from max range, basically continually,
Radar lost.
as much as possible. Oh wow. Red developing further in this direction than I would have expected, to say the least. Okay, that's the comm walking backwards. I was expecting a flank on this angle, but deciding to retreat to safety, which tells me that he's 1, low HP, and 2, a coward. So that's actually great news for us. Holding well enough over here. I don't love that no one's... Actually, we're teching. Okay. Well, I want it to work. I'll say that. No, 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 no. No, no. No, no.
Enemy commander destroyed.
And yeah, let's eat that. And let's see. I'm going to stop producing units, and I'm going to start producing these guys. And after I get a few of them... Oh, ha! Maybe actually bad timing for that. Yeah, okay. We are going to keep producing units.
Your team reached
Maybe
Tech 2.
Pounders, too, actually. Maybe even, dare I say, a ratio.
Commander under attack.
Simply just an unbelievable amount of damage. Unreasonable, dare I say. Trying to bait the D-gun.
Commander under
I'm not
attack.
that much of a nuke, man. Gonna have to try harder.
Commander taking heavy damage.
What was happening there is they were trying to stand the stuff so that I would D-gun the wreck so that I couldn't reclaim it. Which is actually a pretty smart high-level move. That or it was an accident, but it looked intentional. Right, so I see these, so I'm not going to commit too hard over here. And yeah, I've got energy, I've got build power. I think, yeah, we're gonna... You know what? We're just doing it. We're going T2. Oh, fuck me. Surely not. Surely not.
Metal extractor lost. Commander under attack.
Okay, the pounders mixed in here are going to do great versus noobs who don't know how to
Radar
micro.
lost.
Ooh, that's bad. That's what happens when you go T2, when you can't support it. Gotta be able to support it. For example, look at all this reclaim I'm getting. That's how I'm supporting it. Right, this is a danger, though.
Aircraft detected.
Oh, he's getting bombed. Okay, yep, GG. GG. Y'all left mid alone. What do you think's gonna happen? Ay, ay, ay. That's something useful you can do in there, though. That's kind of funny. Oh, wow. Oh, it's the martyrs.
Low power. Enemy commander destroyed. The whole team is wasting energy.
I did say please don't.
Tech 2 unit ready.
Just thinking out loud about that one. Okay.
Commander under attack.
We're not putting the comm in that kind of danger.
Unit lost.
Would love to have resbots here as well. Great. So we're gonna move up and around. Actually, maybe with the comm we don't. Oh boy. Another round of martyrs, yeah. Yeah, man, that is pretty scary, frankly. I need more forward defenses to keep them off of my shit. Oh, take that out of the queue.
Low
Weird.
power.
Weird that we don't have a radar lock on then.
Unit lost.
Right. Okay, so you've got your own defensive counters and I'm feeding metal, is what's happening there. Now, I expect Mr. Above Average will be greeting pretty hard, especially right now. So I'm like, if there actually is anyone that I want to put pressure on, it's probably that dude, right? So let's walk a handful of units up through mid here and have a polite conversation.
Low power.
Okay. Green is not out of the game against all odds.
Tech 2 unit detected. Low power.
A little unclaimed commander wreck there. Surprising to me to see that. Just out loose.
Radar lost. Low power. Aircraft detected.
Go ahead, I dare you. I dare you to try to hit me. Oh, that would have been so sick. Okay.
Radar lost.
Go ahead. Still going. Still walking. Ain't nothing. And yeah, here's the thing, is that red is basically clowning at a time when one should not do that. In an inappropriate moment for such activities. Oh my god, you've really dug in there. Okay, got it. I'm gonna pull the units back, and then I'm gonna push the front. The key really is constricting metal income whenever you can. Like, units are good, but income is frankly the bigger deal. Because your whole thing is like, did I hurt you harder than I hurt myself when I attack? Right? Like, take the metal reclaim that I donated to you, compare that to the cost, the lost income from my attack, and like, okay, which of those comes out better? That's the question. And in this case, I think I did actually do all right.
The whole team is wasting energy.
And the more of these I get, the better it's going to be, let me tell you that for sure. Oh boy. I mean, this is what you want to see. So much fucking lost metal there. So much wasted resources. You do love to see it. Build power is also good to get, just because that makes it harder for the opponent to scale back up. And I'm not even going to fight this, actually. It's so tempting to be like, I could kill it. It's like, I could kill it or I could run around it, dude. I don't need to kill it. Okay, we're getting that first fusion up. After that, I am going to do a couple metal converters. And then, yeah, we're just going to keep the aggression on, keep the pressure. I love what's going on here. Both my opponents actually still in the game against all odds. I mean, I'm not trying to be a hater, it's just that they were calling it. And now they're changing their minds. So, hell yeah, good job. Both my teammates coming through in that regard. Oh, what happened to my, Bot lab. I was building a bot lab. It was on quota.
Aircraft detected.
Weird. I'm not even that worried about base drill at this point. I think the bigger thing is to go for red. Good work. Hell yeah, there's the bomb.
Units under attack.
And yeah,
Unit
I can do
lost.
tremendous eco damage while I was trying to stave off that situation up front. Kind of funny to get a energy storage on this map, on any solar map really. Overcharged mechs right here. Take that out. And get that build power. There we go. GG. Nice and easy. I was a little worried about these guys, but got it done. Interesting. Spikes in different places than you might expect. Yeah, energy produced, energy used, yellow quite far ahead on those metrics, but possibly that actually was setting them behind on army value. Oh boy. Now. Hopefully the lobby doesn't fall apart here. I wouldn't mind getting another go in here. Oh, this map is so fucking dumb. Maybe I want to check out the 1v1. Best thing since sliced bread over here. The 2 Chev 30 OS, that's scary. I'd play ya. I'd play ya. Take a chance. Min 7, at least one online. What does that mean? Oh, Mr. Above Average has followed me here. Oh, I think that must be talking about, like, maybe energy storage? Because they're talking about you both wasted so much E. Yeah. So you do want to be able to bank up E for that ability to sort of fan the hammer on your D-gun. That is kind of the one thing on a solar map like this. There was also actually a really cool game in BPL, and I forget who was playing actually. I have problems with some of these names. I get them mixed up. Like I'll get Autopilot and fucking X Factor mixed up, which is not doesn't really make sense. But you know. But anyway, so whoever it was one of those players that's known for going ARM and making big old wind farms. And it was complemented by like 6 energy storages, very well spread out, not near anything. And bro got bombed real hard and lost most of the wind. And the energy storage bank was high enough that losing all that income actually barely registered. Like the winds were rebuilt before the bank got empty. And it was such an impressive thing of like, yeah, that cost you some metal, but it did not interrupt your
Please choose your starting location.
Did not interrupt it did not interrupt unit production or any kind of other thing. Like it was very well done. Anyway, let's get into this game here. GLHF. Chev 30 OS. Impressive.
Battle started.
OP Smurf Gaming? Well, you don't got to assume the worst. That's certainly a possibility, but this is the more likely one. It's like, this is just someone who knows the genre. Now, depending on how this game goes, I might play another, or this might be my last one. God damn it, I'm Armada. I fucking forgot to switch to Cortex, dude. Man. Okay. That's certainly an avant-garde choice for this map. Well, actually, no, I've seen people do it, but mostly when they're trying to catch someone out and surprise them. You know, it's one of those things that's like, it has that sort of mind game ability. But against a 2 Chev, I don't know that mind games are really
Low power.
that big of a thing. You need to know what they're thinking in order to subvert their expectations, is the way I would put it. You need to know what they're thinking in order to trick them. So let's get that con out, and we're gonna go like, yeah, we're gonna go 2 cons, and then some rovers, because if this guy is new, then I'm gonna hope that, like, mechanically I can get an edge. Oh, I shouldn't have walled myself off from these mexes. That was dumb of me.
Low power.
Anyway, I'm going to drop that LLT, grab those, and then bring my commander forward. And let's, you know, spend our money if we have it. Beautiful.
You are wasting energy.
I always do that, accidentally panning the map down. Whatever you call that, tilting.
Enemy units spotted.
Okay, there we go. So yeah, you're not dumb.
Units under
You
attack.
know to build units. And, yeah. You're waiting to see me move out before you move in, so you have an understanding of army positioning as well. In that case, it didn't get you anywhere, but, you know, good job nonetheless. Okay, and we got one incisor over there. Let's see if I can get this mex. Okay, one over there too. You're actually not bad. I'm gonna take 2 cons, do a 2-con expansion force.
Unit
with a few
lost.
of these dudes guarding them. Okay, yep, LLTs. Yeah, not so bad, actually. At least you have an idea of what you want your opener to be. And I might as well just go hunting, right? Let's bring these guys up to the edge of the map and over. And yeah, I'm really mad at myself that I locked arm and not core here, because going up versus incisors is going to be very tough for me. I think I need to get up to stouts as fast as I can, but that's only going to happen with a lot of eco-scaling. And I've done the thing I always fucking do on this map of bringing all my build power out of base, and I know I'm going to get rich and be unable to spend it. I just know that's my doom. That's my fate in this game right now. We do need some blitzes, though, for that speed and all that. And yeah, versus this guy, I think it does actually make sense to be sort of proactively dropping those LLTs. I see a gap here in LLT coverage, so I'm going to try for that. Yeah, okay. Makes sense, that's where the units would be. I'm honestly not surprised,
Low
but I can't
power.
outrun them. So I might get a mix for it anyway. Possibly also a solar. That would be good. Yeah, just a mix. Still, anything to slow you down, right? Anything to slow this guy down. Certainly not a bad player that I'm facing here. And I want to see if I can do anything over on the flank there while also forcing the incisors to stay in mid. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, wow, that's actually more than I thought. Not bad. Once again, not bad. Okay, so this guy's macro is
Metal
way
extractor
exceeding
lost.
mine.
Low
Which
power.
does have me worried. Yeah, this is like, for some reason, this is like my worst map for macroing on. I'm just bad at it. I always fuck it up. Just need to steal a build order instead of trying to do my own shit. I need to also not lock fucking Armada on a solar map. I think that's honestly, more than anything, that's my biggest issue. And now we don't need that comm build power in base anymore. We can get that out on the map, where it'll do some good for me. Get a beamer up because I don't feel safe here. Nor should I.
Metal extractor lost.
Alright. And yeah, I'm getting contained is the problem. I'm getting contained over here. And that ain't good for me. There we go. Won that little micro duel at least. And this needs to come up in time, or else I'm in trouble. Okay, I can actually catch these dudes, put some chip damage on them. That splash damage really working for my favor right now. Yeah, but I'm just so far behind.
Metal extractor lost.
So we're going to take these guys, and that's going to be my cleaner force. They're going to clean this situation up for me. Yeah,
Commander
focus,
under attack.
Focus fire. G-gun if we can, please, and thank you. Yeah, spreading the incisors now, that is the correct play. Yeah, they're trading, I mean, even versus these stouts, they're trading well. Like, look at this. What a good tank. Imagine playing fucking Armada when this is available. Timing that right for when the turret finishes. I wonder if that was intentional. Okay, there we go. And yeah, we're gonna bring you away from where they'll scout you. And then we're going to move up on the flanks, right? Because that's how you play this map. You play the flanks. Actually, no. We are going to redirect. Catch that push.
Low power. Unit lost.
There we go. And this actually is good for me. This is good all around for me.
Low power. Metal extractor lost.
And I'm so curious what that refers to, but I'm not going to ask. That would be unsporting.
Commander under attack.
All right, so now I'm starting to feel it, I think. Of course, Armada bombers are absolute trash, but let's build them anyway. The T1 bombers are trash anyway. T2, they got some shit going for them over there at that level. Need that radar up so I know if I'm getting, if Red's defending or counterattacking.
Low power.
Defending, that's what I hope to see. Because I know my attack will work. And so I don't need to worry about the attack failing or about taking damage, basically. I need to put these guys on 4, not 5, because I keep accidentally selecting them, along with my flanking units. Yeah, this is something you see often with less experienced players. Is like, or rather people who have experience in similar games, but not this one. Is
You
that
are
the longer the
wasting
game
metal.
goes on, the harder it gets to maintain that really strong initial appearance, right? Like that opening was clean as hell. That was definitely ahead of me. Okay, I've shown the air now, so I need to send these guys. I accidentally flew a scout
Metal
in.
extractor lost.
So now I need to do this. And then we're going to come in. Oh, I think it was
Radar
energy
lost.
scaling, actually, is what slowed this guy down. If I had to guess.
Commander under attack.
Oh, fuck. I gotta save my comm, though. Can't be getting sloppy there. And yeah, we're going to take out these solars, and that's going to be game. Yeah, this economy scaling needed to continue. You presumably did have... Yeah, great opening, though. Really strong.
Enemy commander destroyed.
Let's look at those graphs. All right, yeah, look at that. Yeah, early metal spent lead for red here. And a non-negligible one, too. It's about maybe, what is that, like the 6-minute mark? Is where the inflection point is, where I cross ahead. Or not inflection point, but you know what I mean. And then energy, metal produced. Yeah, actually a very slight lead for red on metal produced. And then a much bigger lead on metal spent. So that's a clean opening. That's a good build right there. I might actually copy this build. And then energy produced. Yeah, you can see that this is essentially linear scaling, and then mine is super linear. Or at least it elevates to a sharper sloped linear curve. And that, I think, is what ultimately did it. But yeah. Yeah, some feedback I got was I needed to use more metal early, so I've been working on that. Well, you clearly worked successfully. That was well done. Now, let's see. I believe this is a different player who I am now up against. I was distracted for a second, alt-tabbing to get the stream link.
Please choose your starting location.
So let's see who I'm up against now. I'm going to go Cora this time. That's a strong preference, I will say. Mr. Above Average. Oh, this is that guy from the 3v3s who followed me here. Cool. All right, well, let's see if we can also put up an above average
Battle
performance. Here's hoping. We are Cortex this game, so we got that in our favor. Oh wow, 4 specs. Man, oh man. Hell yeah. Appreciate that. Blah, 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 blah. Would be funny to make an account to do twos with this guy and call the account Mr. Average, Mr. Above Average, and Mr. Median. I don't know. I dare you. Dare you to go, Hovers, you coward. Yeah, I think I overbuild LLTs on this map, frankly, but I just really like the level of safety that they provide. And it allows me to be so much more mobile with my build power. Like, I don't have to keep my comm in base if I've got LLT in base. You know, unless there's a comm walk reaching me or something, but obviously I'm going to know about that by the time it happens. It's a hard thing to get surprised by past a certain level of play, at least. Now, let's get to work here, yeah? Now that we've got 2 cons out, get some incisors too. Have those. I guess we'll get the 3rd con.
Enemy
before the
units
incisors.
detected.
But yeah, see, LLT, easy. Deflected. Like it's nothing. Like nothing even happened. Very, very tempting to reclaim that. I think I will. 0% health even on that guy. He thought. Thought he was doing something. Oh, interesting. I fucked up my Q there.
You are wasting energy.
I don't really need a ton of incisors here. I just need enough to not die, right? So we can do a little bit of this. A little bit of this type of action. Got another one. I'm not trying to make this as easy as possible to bomb, I promise. It's just sort of an emergent property. And now I'm going to go
Units
with the
under
repeat
attack.
Q on the incisors. Now I think it is repeat Q time.
Low power.
I'm going to send another one out here to help. Great. And if we get the flanking damage on this dude, we will be in good shape, right? Like, look at that. Yeah, good shit. I think I want more cons, though. Because there's just, it drives me insane seeing all the unbuilt mechs, you know what I mean? I don't know what the right con timings are for moving out to all this stuff. But I'm not just gonna not do it, you know?
Low power. Unit lost.
Yep, there's a con. There's a bunch of incisors. Ooh. Can probably get that before I die. There we go. So energy heavy, all of this shit. This radar allows me to see things with enough lead time that I can bank energy for a D-gun. That's basically the important thing about it, is like, if I need to D-gun, I need enough time to build up 500 energy, which means pausing build queues, things of that nature. And the more like advanced warning I have, the more likely I am to pull that off.
Metal
Good
extractor
micro.
lost.
Bad micro from me also, but you know, sort of two sides of the same coin, isn't it? Okay, there's a con. Ah, jeez. So close, so close. I knew that dude was out there, and I was fishing for it, you know what I mean? You know what? That's wasteful. That's wasteful. Those cons are gonna die.
You are wasting energy.
Wasteful on multiple levels, apparently. We do want that extra build turret. And yeah, my macro feels a lot cleaner this game than last game. Part of that just comes down to playing Cortex. It's small differences, but it's differences, you know what I mean? It is real. Really bad micro for me there, surprisingly. That's one of those situations where I think target fire actually kind of fucked me. We're doing alright here. I think maybe two cons, because I want one to stay in base. But I also want one to go out and get all these metal spots. And then yeah, this one, stay right there. Actually, we can even have you scale some energy first. One, 0, and now we insert that into the build queue. Oh, hello, friend. Wow. You know, I don't have a lot for turrets defensively. So this
Unit
does
lost.
begin to look worrying.
Metal extractor lost.
Okay. But yeah, I'm getting you to pull back to defend against
You
my
are
two
wasting
tanks,
metal.
which is a surprising, to say the least, decision. Dang, so many LLTs. I mean, from both... Oh my god, I'm wasting metal. Okay, so... There we go. That's how you deal with that. And we're going to catch those as well. Feeling good here.
Low power.
Yeah, and we are getting pushed once again. This is when we switch
Metal
into,
extractor lost.
into the dang medium tanks. think. And repair that as much as we can. Might not be enough. Actually, surprisingly, it is. Well, okay. Just had to prove me wrong, didn't you? So now, 2 more of these.
Radar lost.
And I am continuing to waste metal, which is horrible. Like, the worst thing.
Low power.
Right, and you're also making that medium tank switch that I've now started to make. I think I've got the numbers advantage, though. And early on in this switch, the medium tanks actually do sort of... They're not strictly at an advantage. If I get on top of them and I get the surround, then shit like this happens, where it actually looks really one-sided in my favor. Gotta not let up, though. That's important. Also important is getting out res bots. Oh. Let's not stand there. Okay, you're getting pounders now. Not bad. Definitely
You are
defensively
wasting
inflected.
energy.
So that makes me feel like I'm actually in a very strong position. Yeah, I am going to reclaim this. They say that these shit-tier solars are not good for energy, but the best metal storage we got. I will get a real metal storage queue, though. I will get a real one, too. Okay. I'm ready to degun. Ready and
Commander
waiting.
under attack.
Thought you'd never ask. Your commander's probably still in this region, if I had to guess. But I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to walk through here, gambling on him not being on the direct edge of the map. Mainly because I see how many LOTs are there. And I'm like, if you had D-gun available, you wouldn't feel the need to defend that hard.
Metal extractor lost.
Oh, unbuilt mechs is back here. That's a mistake. That's pretty bad, actually. Trying to do counter damage
Radar
on me. I
lost.
see you. Not gonna work. I think I want T2 here, so I'm gonna switch from resing to reclaiming, so that I can tech up, or rather, so I can get the metal I need to tech up. My macro feels much cleaner this game, but I think my opponent also feels a little bit more slack. No offense intended to anyone, but just calling him like I see him. That's, you know, something that's very helpful, I guess.
Radar lost.
Just to not get pressured
Metal
too
extractor
hard when you're
lost.
trying to look good. Alright, and my T2 is done. I'm just going to get a bunch of cons, and my first one I'm actually going to send out that away.
Tech 2 unit ready. Your team reached Tech 2.
I like these new notifications for tech stuff. I think those are good additions. And this new voice is better too, actually. It's much more, like, normal sounding. Or not quite normal sounding, but you know what I mean? Like, it's not off-putting, it's not grating, it's not, like, weird in a bad way. Not that the old one really was, but this one, I don't know, it's better. It's less GLaDOS-coded, I guess. I don't have that feeling that it's secretly judging me. Which is good. Yeah, man, you can't be letting me eat this reclaim right outside your base. This is just... I mean, isn't this embarrassing for you? Like... How are you still in the game if this is the game state? You know what I mean?
Low power.
I'm gonna get that energy storage first because I know it'll blow up big. Watch. There we go. Look at that chain reaction.
Commander under attack.
And that's mechanics for you. That's lazy mechanics. The best kind. Now, let's see. There we go. Whew. Calm was over here. So yeah, I guessed correctly. It was in this region, but not right on the edge. GG. And yeah, I mean, look at the charts. It does simply seem pretty simple, like that was just a macro game. The metal excess I'm not proud of, but being in a circumstance to be building it up, that part I do feel good about. Oh, Fark's in here, hell yeah. That might be my last one. We'll make it a short stream. Short and successful. Actually doing good these games. You love to see it. All right, thanks for watching. Take it easy. Have a good one.